episode, get your Game Boys ready as we get ready to talk about some monsters that fit in your pockets.
I love the creativity that comes from this every single time because none of us know what he says, but it just works.
Every single time, I feel like I'm losing a little bit of my life. And that's okay. I'm okay with giving a little bit of my life for that.
Do you just come up with that on the spot?
Yes, it's always on the spot. It's always on the spot.
That was incredible. Thank you for letting me experience that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Well,
Steve.
as Norland said, guys, welcome to episode 10, where today we'll be
Or
talking
11.
about, or 11, about Pokemon. Clearly, I don't know the order of this, but whatever. It's we're gonna start this off like we always do, introducing essentially your video game recommendation of the week. Essentially, starting off this week, we do have someone new, Steve Yaletta.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me on, by the way.
Yeah, man, it's no worries. It's always fun having new people around.
Sick.
But Norland, all right, started off with your video game recommendation of the week.
Well, hi, everybody. Norlin here. I'm glad to be back. So, my video game recommendation of the week is going to be really weird because as of recording this, PlayStation recently announced and they released a tier system for their subscription service. And so with the highest tier subscription service, you get access to a bunch of video games. So I've been playing like random games that I never had access to before. But the one I'm going to highlight is a game called Steep. Steep is essentially a game where you are on a mountain in the Alps and you snowboard. That's the game. And you snowboard. And it's really mindless. It reminds me a lot of playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater growing up, of just mindlessly like dicking around, snowboarding, just doing tricks, trying to get the sickest trick, speed, skills, so on and so forth. So yeah, it's really good to just turn your brain off and go for it, especially if you do have that highest tier subscription service from PlayStation. Might as well go out and play it because it's at no additional cost to you.
So yeah, mine's is actually kind of very close to your recommendation that I've actually been playing, mainly because of that main like mind-numbing type of fun where it's just like this is stupid, but it works.
Is it Stardew Valley again for
the third time? For like the fifth time? Nah, dude.
Okay. Terraria?
Nah. I'll get there. All right, Zach, how about you?
Oh, well, one game that I've been playing a lot.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for having me on. This is the second time I've been here. And I think today's main topic is going to be, I think, something that I'm going to use all of this useless knowledge that's in this brain and put it to the test today. But
we won't bully you this time, we promise.
Okay, good. What a relief. Oh, man.
He's already sweating.
Nervous laughter.
All right.
So my game recommendation of the week is a game that I've been playing actually a lot for the last few weeks. And last time I was here, I talked about racing before. I'm going to talk about racing again.
I was literally about to make a joke of being like, is it Forza again?
No.
It's F122.
It's another, yes. It's another game that begins with the letter F.
I was going to recommend that one, actually. But I'm like, I think Zach's going to want it.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of F1 2022 lately, and I do love how the cars handle and how the game looks visually. There are tiny things that maybe could be improved on, but I mean the game just released a couple months ago, so they're still throwing in patches and everything. But it's a really fun game. I've been playing it a lot more. Playing a lot more of the online features the last week or two with my cousin and some of his friends and my friends that we have that all play the game. I just actually purchased was it the Xbox Game Pass? I've never had it before.
Nice.
And since I bought the game on Xbox instead of PC, where I could have just bought it there and play online for free, I wanted to play the game on the Xbox instead. So for me to play it, I had to get the Game Pass, and I just started my trial. And so far, I mean, nothing too special yet. I haven't really taken advantage of it, but I do want to take more advantage of that too. But back to the game. The game is a lot of fun. A lot of I'm a big fan of F1. I mentioned that before in the previous episode that I was in, and it's just a lot of fun to play. The cars are super fast, super grippy. I love it a lot.
I can attest to that. I've been playing it too.
Oh, you've been playing it?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
But I've been going ham in the manager mode.
The manager mode?
Yeah, dude, where you can where you run the team.
The wait, which part of the is that the my career part?
Yeah, it's kind of like the my career.
Where it's like your own team, right?
Or it's your
Or
own
my
team.
team. My team,
yeah.
Yeah, my team.
Where you
okay.
run the team. You don't really race, but you run the team. Love that.
Oh, are you playing F1 22 manager or F1
Yes.
manager 22 or whatever
I'm
it's
playing
called?
manager, yeah. right now.
Oh, okay.
But
I
I'm
thought-
also playing the regular game too, which is
Oh,
fun.
okay, okay,
Racing's
okay.
cool and all, but you know what's even better than racing? Managerial skills.
That's like saying you're playing FIFA with the manager side instead of the career side.
Oh, I love doing that. I love
hate
doing
you.
that.
I hate you. Why?
It's fun. I think I've always liked resource management games, and in games like that, you really have to juggle a lot. It's also knowing where to put your players, how to spend your money, which is also really important. Requires a lot of thinking, and I can go ahead and be very brain dead during it.
Nah, for me it's mainly career mode. Like you just got to be the very best. You
Like
know?
no one ever was.
Like no one ever was.
I
No,
know.
atoning to this episode.
I know, and to catch them is my real test. Not to train them is my cause.
But yeah, I mean, I've never like I said last time though, when you were on here, because I know you recommended Forza. I haven't really indulged in most of racing games, but I feel like they're fun for the most part. Maybe not F1. It's not really my thing.
Yeah.
Like, but it is cool. Like I know that especially when you're like watching, I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers going fast.
Yeah.
Like fast.
You're like, if you crash, you die.
you die.
yeah,
Straight up.
I said last time that that F1 is more of a serious racing game, and then you have Forza. Well, you have Forza Motorsport. That's a serious version of the franchise, and Horizon is a more arcade style. Which, if I don't know if you've played Horizon or any of
I played Horizon, I think
any of the Horizons.
maybe like once.
You ever played Need for Speed?
Jeez, that's like my favorite series. But nah. I feel like I'm gonna have you here again for another time, like maybe 4 episodes down, and you're gonna be like, I found another racing game.
This one's the Grid. Or Grid, I think just Grid.
You ever play Monster Jam?
I did.
I love Monster
on
Jam.
the Game Boy Advance one.
Oh no, I'm talking about the
But-
PlayStation 2.
But like
Monster
no,
Jam.
yeah, like the actual like home console ones. No, I just had it was a Monster Jam, like a little racing one
Dude,
on the Game
I
Boy.
fuck so hard with Monster Jam when you'd crush when you would crush the little cars. I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah, this is power. Alrighty, let's stop derailing. All right, Steve. What's your video game recommendation of the week?
Oh man, there's just so many to pick. I think I'm gonna have to go with at least like a series because there's only two
Floor's yours.
games in this series. The Nier series. So
fuck
Ooh.
yeah,
Nier just all Nier Automata, just insane story, but to be accompanied with like such an insane score composition as well.
Yeah,
It's really insane. I
Oh,
say
no,
it's
for a
in 3
fact.
times.
dude.
Crazy.
You said the
Crazy.
name.
That's a crazy pick.
Yeah, it is actually because
That was out of left
You
field,
said-
man.
correct. Like I got there and I was like, fuck, I haven't heard of this in a minute. Like I legitimately I was there and I'm like, damn, it's been a minute since that game has touched my console. That's what's up, Natalie?
What's up, Natalie?
Nope, Natalie.
But no, that's actually a really good pick, and the storyline's not bad either.
It's not bad, bro. Like
It's-
it's insane.
I know. Like I remember walking into it, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like I was like,
It's weird,
this-
man.
Yeah, it is because at first you're like, the cover doesn't really help it so much.
Right.
For in my
In the first game,
opinion,
you're like, I'm a robot child.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, what do these what these do? But playing the game actually I will say at least I give it a I want to say 8.9, but I'm very close to a 9.
What would lance it to be a 9? Like what's the thing that it's missing?
I can't really say art style, even though like it's not like I enjoyed it, but part of me would have wanted it to look a little bit different. That's probably where, and it's not even a reason to actually give it an 8.9. Like the game legitimately does deserve a 9.
Right.
That's just me being nitpicky about things.
I mean, it's like one of the few games that their music was featured at the Olympics.
oh that yeah, I
That's true.
cannot
Yeah.
I cannot complain about music wise. Music wise, that whole game. Will
I have
take
a
it.
really weird fact when it comes to Nier,
What's that?
because I didn't know this. So Nier is a spin-off series from a different franchise of apparently really bad games.
Yeah.
Damn.
I forget the name of the series. I think it's
Draken's Guard.
Draken's Guard. There it is. Yeah. It's a spin-off series based off Draken's Guard. It's kind of like, let's say, Persona to Shin Megami Tensei.
Okay.
Right? Persona's a spin-off to Shin Megami Tensei, but way more people know Persona
Yeah.
than they do Shin Megami Tensei. Because, well, actually, no, a lot of people know Nocturne, but that's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the third Shin Megami Tensei game, Angel, since you know. Ooh.
The RPGs scare him.
Even though I really like Shin Megami Tensei 2 Devil Summoner. But that's fine. That's beyond the point here. But yeah, I always thought that was really cool because first off, I thought Nier Automata was the first game. And then I realized when they had the remake for the first one, I'm like, oh shit, there was a first one.
It was the first one.
There was an actual first one.
There was an actual first one. And then I played that. I'm like, damn, she's pretty good.
Well, I mean, that remake was actually like 2 games put in one, because when it was originally released, they had like 2 different versions, whether
Oh,
it's like Gestalt and I forgot what the other one was called. But the main character was essentially the same person, but like in different ages.
God damn, I like that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's cool.
It's kind
Actually.
of
Shout out to 2B. She's my main in Soul Calibur 6.
I forget she's in Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I think her and Geralt from Witcher are the guest characters in Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, which one was Noctis in?
He's in Tekken 7.
That's Tekken. Okay.
Negan from The Walking Dead
Oh yeah, I just
is
saw
also
that.
in Tekken 7.
I just saw that recently in like an Evo reaction to the Negan trailer.
That's so good.
Dude.
And the funny thing is, because I play a lot of Tekken with my friends, so every time you play Negan, he has the same intro line. He gets his bat. Her name's Lucille, by the way. He puts it on his shoulder,
Yeah.
and he screams, "Easy peasy, lemon squeezy!" And it's every single time.
I don't know if I'd be okay with that. Every time.
I see we have a comment. Natalie saying to recommend playing Cult of the Lamb. Yo, that game is pretty good. I don't know if you guys.
Oh
ever
yeah,
seen that.
it's on the Switch. I think it's one of the new releases.
Dude, it's on Switch.
Yeah.
It's on everything. It's good. It's fucking dark. I like
Yeah.
it.
Kind of reminds me of like Binding of Isaac art style. It's
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
because it's very roguelike,
yeah.
which is really good. I am the king of roguelike games. But that's a topic for another episode. Angel, your recommendation of the week.
Oh, it's my turn now. Okay. I did say that it was gonna be something very similar to yours, and it's Riders Republic. So,
I have never heard of that.
dude. Okay, so think about Steep, because you have the legit options of being on a snowboard or on skis,
Mhm.
but you also can interswitch into a glider, like a hang glider.
Yeah, you can do that in Steepest too.
Wait, I'm not done. You have a mountain bike.
Okay, dope.
And then you have like a kind of like the same type of wingsuit, but it has jets on it.
Yo.
And when I tell you that you can literally switch like between like no matter what terrain, you can. Like it's crazy because it's kind of like an open world type of thing, but it has the same concept of Steep where there's like little checkpoints here and there. It also has multiplayer. I know that Steep does the same.
Yeah.
But essentially the way that I think Riders Republic does it a little bit better, even though that people will say it's a trash game. It kind of is, but it's that trash type of fun that just,
For sure.
it's just the same feeling that you kind of, even though Skate 3 is not trash, but that same feeling of like, oh, I'm doing tricks and I'm landing
I
this.
love Skate 3. Skate 3 just feels unfinished.
Oh, bro, the fact that you could run around and speed glitch in freaking Skate 3 is beyond a miracle. But yeah, it's essentially almost the same as Steep, just with a little bit more, and the graphics are a little bit better. That's like the only thing. But they do have like a diehard community. Like you will join in there, and it's the people who never get off that game, and
that's
it's kind of sad.
It's like trying to get into a fighting game 3 weeks after release.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
that's
try
always
to
the
play
worst.
online, and that's it. You get
That's
curb
it.
stomped.
You automatically are not getting any good after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a pretty good game. For the most part, it does go on sale. Like I said, it's not one of your better games, but it is fun if you're just bored and.
It doesn't have to be a good game for you to enjoy it, right?
Oh, at all.
It's like, for example, like I'm into some trashy games. Like you just play and you're like, damn, this shit's awful. And I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, so you already
Oh
know.
no.
You already know where I'm coming from. So just because some people may say it's bad, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Play the games you like.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would recommend it for everybody to check it out. It's kind of fun, especially waiting in now in the midst of like Skate, which EA is still working on.
I'm so hyped
which
for
is
the new Skate game.
And I know that
It
lot
better
of the
be broken.
No, it has to be completely broken. The fact that there's parkour is going to give you enough satisfaction that game's gonna be broken, and that I can't wait for it.
It's okay. It's an EA game. It definitely will be broken.
Oh, for sure.
You want to do parkour? Have a microtransaction.
Don't hurt me like this.
Oh, literally, the
you wanna
game is
do-
free though.
You want to do a kickflip? Pay 50 cents.
Pay 50 cents. The game is free.
That's gonna
but
be 3 cents every
according
Christ
to
there.
them, every microtransaction is just like cosmetic.
Oh,
So
good.
I
Okay.
hope they stick
It's
to
not bad.
that, and that's legit something that they really do. Because
It's kind of like Apex, because I know Apex and Respawn.
yeah,
Apex is by Respawn and EA, and all their microtransactions are cosmetic.
and I hope it stays that way.
It's not like Warzone where it's like, you want a good gun by Vanguard.
You will still catch me on freaking Warzone. All right, so further ado, let's get into today's topic. We are talking about Pokemans. You know,
Some good timing too.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
That trailer that dropped this morning, I literally just
Dude.
woke up, and then I just see on my recommended on YouTube just like that trailer drop. I was like, oh
I know.
wow.
And then Zachboy over here wrote it in the chat while we were like, I was like,
Because I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't know there was a trailer.
Mm.
And then I wasn't sure if you guys knew, so I just kind of threw it in there like, hey, they announced 3 new Pokemon and some characters. And
no, that's why I did not know until you wrote it into the actual group chat. That's why I was
on-
I
like,
probably should have watched the trailer before.
On 2 of the new Pokemon,
Coming.
I was like, is that like a Bisharp clone?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, they kind of look like
Alt
weird
form
knights.
Bisharp?
Like a fire type and another fire type. They both. Fire
They're both
types?
fire
Yeah.
types.
Both fire
Yeah.
types? Okay,
But
fire
one
type
looks
and fire
special and the other one looks physical. Wait, no, yeah.
I know it's just the way you said it though.
Oh.
You meant special as in. Oh.
Okay, guys, that finishes up this episode.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
All right, you know what? Screw you. All right, Norland, what's the first Pokemon game you've ever played?
Ooh, I love telling this story. So when I grew up, I was dirt poor.
Time to get comfy.
We were really poor. Like, oh my God, let's eat a frozen meal every day of the week poor. Actually not that poor. My mom would cook every week, but you know, we were trying to make ends meet. So, but we didn't have money for a lot of like toys or frivolous things. So I remember, I was like 5-6 years old. My dad was a gymnastics coach, and one of his students got a Game Boy Advance at the time, so he didn't need his Game Boy Color anymore. So he gave it to my dad because the kid's dad gave it to my dad because he knew my dad had kids. And my dad gave me and my sister the Game Boy Color to share, and they gave us 2 games. It was Super Mario Land and Pokemon Yellow. So my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Yellow edition. And that Ruby and Sapphire were coming out shortly. But yeah, my first games was Pokemon Yellow. And then after that, I went to GameStop and I bought a used copy with my pocket money, and I got a copy of Pokemon Blue
Nice.
after playing Yellow. And fun fact, I never beat Pokemon Yellow until I was like 15 years old. Because I got really stuck after beating Surge. I had no idea where to go because as a kid, you're kind of stupid and you don't read, so you just mash A. I'm like, where do I go? And I got lost and I had no idea that Rock Tunnel was a thing. So I never beat Pokemon Yellow or Blue till I was like 15 after I had beaten already Fire Red and Leaf Green. So I went back and I beat Pokemon Yellow. But yeah, that was fun.
Dude, just solving the puzzle for Lieutenant Surge's gym.
That was a pain.
That
Was that like the
still is
first
a pain.
instance of
That
RNG in games?
Took me like 45 minutes. And I was so frustrated. It's like I would click the switch and then I would go click another one and be like, reset. And then you realize that in Gen 1, there was the coding is like you click one and it doesn't auto randomate the second one. It only randomizes the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then after the second one, it's exactly 1 square away from the one you clicked, and it's like in a grid. It's really weird. I forget which direction it is. And I was an adult, and I'm like, oh, dude, what the fuck, man? But still, unless you play the Let's Go games, and they're in the same 2 spots every single time.
Nice.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I knew that because I tried to speedrun Pokemon Let's Go Eevee once. It did not go well.
But at least you flew through Lieutenant Surge's gym.
I flew through Lieutenant Surge, no problem. Eevee just demolished that Raichu.
45 minutes saved right there.
Exactly.
Good run.
That was a gold split.
That was peak for you, and then that even if you didn't finish,
You know, I did finish the run. It ended up being like 12 hours.
I know, but like but it's still, yeah, that must
Yeah.
have been big for you.
But yeah, no, Pokemon Yellow, that was my first video game. That's actually my first video game and my first Pokemon game.
Damn.
Nice.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
Well, I kind of have the same type of story, but Zach, your turn. Go.
So, the first game that I ever played, I got it as a gift for Christmas 2005, and it was Pokemon Emerald. And I think it's
Fire.
by far the best Pokemon game
Wow, you
ever.
got spoiled early on.
Bias. That's my biased and unbiased opinion.
That is the correct opinion. Pokemon Emerald is
It
the
is,
best
yeah.
Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Well,
It
Wait,
is.
are we talking about like main game?
Main series.
Okay, yeah.
main series games. Okay, yeah, main series games. It's up there. When we talk about what we think the best game in the series is, I
Personally, think Gen 4. Right?
I have a differing opinion.
Is it Gen 4, Gen 5?
I'm not gonna spoil
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
No, but Pokemon Emerald is probably one of my favorite Pokemon games too.
No, it's a really good
Very
game.
high up there.
And I'm glad that it was the first Pokemon game that I ever played, because when I, many years later got Ruby and Sapphire, it was a completely different, or not completely different, but it was a different enough experience that
Yeah.
that I kept wanting to go back to Emerald because I liked how that game was, and it had a great post game. I think it has one of the best post games in any Pokemon game, because
100%.
the Battle Frontier was I mean, it really tests your skills as a
Dude.
player and a
Yeah.
trainer, because I mean, if you're not into competitive Pokemon, I mean, it might be a difficult task to earn just one
Frontier
symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frontier symbol. Yeah.
And that's just the silver one, and you have to get the gold one afterwards, which could be a
even
pain in the
harder.
ass to do too. But it does take a lot of time for you to be able to get through that. But that's one of the best parts of that game. Well, actually, it's
100%.
the best part of that game. And of course, it's a huge improvement over Ruby and Sapphire as a whole.
Dude, I can go rant on about how shit Ruby and Sapphire is as a game. Pokemon Crystal, literally a game on the Game Boy Color, had better mechanics than Ruby and Sapphire. Like, because I know you started with Emerald, so Emerald has Pokemon animations in it where the Pokemon move before battle.
Yeah,
Ruby and
Cry-
Sapphire didn't have that.
yeah, and Crystal,
And
was
Crystal
the first one.
did.
Crystal was the first game to do it. Then they took it away for Ruby, Sapphire, and Fire Red and Leaf Green,
And Fire Red and Leaf Green.
and
yeah.
they brought it back again officially and permanently when
Starting
they
with Emerald.
released Emerald. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like fucking hard hitting, dude. That was a downgrade.
Yeah, when I played Emerald, or no, sorry, not Emerald, Ruby and Sapphire for the first time, I was kind of confused at first.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I had been playing Fire Red and Leaf Green before, I was always under the impression that Fire Red and Leaf Green came out before Ruby and Sapphire. So I'm like, okay, the Pokemon don't move, and then, because I was so used to playing Emerald and the Pokemon don't move, and then I played Ruby and Sapphire, and it was the same thing. I'm like, okay, but these games came out before. Where are
What's
the
going on?
animations, right?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until during that time too that when I was playing Crystal for the first time, I'm like, oh, these Pokemon move too.
Yeah.
But then the newer games don't. It was kind of weird, but Emerald was a good stepping stone into what the future games would kind of go into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Like kind of like certain features and even just little attention to detail stuff like that. It was really nice.
100%. My favorite champions from that game. I love Steven.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think Steven was way better than Wallace for.
Fuck Wallace, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at me. I have a Milotic. Yeah, bitch, so do half the other champions in all the other games.
Wait, you mean no? Steven was
It's the one from Ruby and Sapphire.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ruby
yeah.
Sapphire. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you can still fight him in Emerald.
Yeah, like post game.
He's super hard.
Super strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
all like
Pokemon are like in the 90s because you're supposed to battle him after the Battle Frontier.
yeah. He's only accessible post game, and he has like level 70s, like Metagross.
You know, his Metagross is
Aggron.
86 or something like that. It's stupid.
Yeah, they're like in the upper 70s, mid 80s, upper 80s. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculously.
This is about to
hard.
be like a weird tangent, but in the Pokemon anime, Steven's Metagross is actually shiny.
in the
In the anime.
X and Y.
No, just in general
Omega
now.
Ruby one.
No, really.
Well,
In gen-
now, yeah, now.
In general now, yeah, they make his canon ace Metagross is a shiny Metagross.
Yeah, but that was more recent, quote unquote.
That's
'cause,
more recent, yeah.
Came out, was it 7, 8 years ago? That
Yeah.
story arc.
That story arc happened. But before
And
that, I don't.
Mega,
We
and
had
Mega.
never seen Steven's Metagross though in the anime. Before that, we had never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've been watching through the anime. I'm in X and Y right now, and I don't I don't remember it, to be honest.
Yeah, they never show his Metagross until that side story with Alan. But that's
Interesting.
this is the video game week of our anime podcast. So that's a conversation for another time. All right, Steve, what was your first Pokemon game?
Kind of the same story as yours. Like, we didn't really have like video game consoles. My dad was also like someone who would like pass me his hand me downs for like video game consoles. So I had like a Game Boy Color,
Nice.
but I didn't really like know about any other games like Pokemon or anything like that. And then my cousin one day just kind of like dumped a lot of like Game Boy games on me just because he had like the Advance or something like that.
Yeah.
And in it was Pokemon Red.
Fuck yeah.
And then I started playing that, and then my mom also like noticed I was like getting really into like Pokemon because we also had the anime coming out. And I think we had a Pokemon center a long time ago here, and
I think we did.
Yeah, and it had like a lot of like little figurines. So she went out and bought me like some figurines on that, and then the hype just started from there. But you were saying earlier like how Ruby was just a big downgrade since Crystal.
Mhm.
I always forget that Crystal also had like the entire first gen region in it as well
It did.
because Iwata just optimized the programming on it and just decided, hey, let's just add the first region onto it.
Yeah. Well, it's also in Gold and Silver too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I will go down to say that I think that is the best video game sequel of all time goes to the Generation 2 games of Pokemon
Yeah.
for that
think so.
reason. Because
And same thing with Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
same thing applies to Heart Gold and Soul Silver, right?
Yeah.
It is the best sequel series ever, right? Because you get an entire new area, 100 entire new Pokemon, right? And you can go ahead and it's like brand new. And then after you beat that, it's like, okay, now let's go back to the first region from the previous game. Everything is scaled up. All the bosses you fought are stronger. Everything's harder, right? And on top of that, the final boss is who you played as in the first game.
Yeah, that's so
So,
sick.
so it literally is like, it's like you built that character that strong, and now you have to beat what you created,
Right.
and that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like
Shout out to our inner demons.
Is it my turn now?
Yes,
Oh my god!
Wow,
Okay.
look at that.
I could talk about fucking on why Generation 2 is like the best designed Pokemon generation ever,
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
but I won't. Just take my word for it.
Okay, so I guess it's my turn. My story is kind of similar to Zach's. Like it is Emerald. Like that was legitimately the first game I played, and it's funny because I don't remember what previous episode we had on video games where we were talking about Game Boys and how they were like chewed on a corner, or like a DS was chewed on a corner. I don't know if that was Richard.
Oh, that was Richard. Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to
Shout out to Richard.
to
I miss
Richard.
you.
But so the way that I got around playing that game was one of like the two best friends that I had at the time. They had a lot of like Game Boy games, and then I remember I never really was into the whole like video game thing back then. It was more of like, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just watching TV like a regular like weird kid. But I had a hand me down Game Boy Advance, right? That was chewed
On the corner.
on the corners.
Oh no.
And honestly, it was probably one of my favorite consoles, even though it was like a complete hand me down from it. And I remember being like, "What the fuck is Pokemon?" fully, because like I didn't really like especially growing up, I my parents never really had cable for like a good time, like a good amount of time. So I didn't understand what Cartoon Network was until like later on in my life. So at that point on, I was like, damn, what the fuck is this? And I remember seeing similar things that my brother had, because he used to collect Pokemon cards like literally had like tons and tons of them. But then I obviously like, I found it to be so much fun, even though like the actual graphics for it were a little bit weird for me at the time. I fully enjoyed it. It was a game that I couldn't see myself putting down. And I remember I tried taking it to school, and my mom found out like the day of, like in the morning, and was like, "What are you doing?" And after that, I didn't see that whole that whole game for like I think like a week and a half. I was losing it, kind of like how like drug addicts go through withdrawal. That was me. But
Kind of on the extreme end there.
That's a great analogy.
Yo.
dude, as a kid, like
Yo, true.
you're taking away like a video game from a kid for like a week and a half. That feels like an eternity. I'm there and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my life.
Especially if you don't have cable.
Exactly. Like I remember, bro.
Watch
I,
PBS.
literally like
No, he's got that 4Kids dub.
Gallo,
I remember,
gallo.
bro, I remember waking up in the mornings and I would watch Sonic the Hedgehog on Saturdays.
Yo, Sonic X.
Sonic X.
Sonic X. That was the best, dude.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like the way that I would watch Cartoon Network was essentially like, I don't know if you guys ever did this or remember. Every Friday they would upload new episodes on CartoonNetwork.com before it turned into like a subscription type base. That's how I would watch Cartoon Network.
I never knew that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yep, that was fire.
Man, how far we've fallen.
I'm gonna have a full episode on like just Cartoon Network games, like the ones that you can go on the site. There was
Bro.
that
Oh.
Fusion Fall. Fusion Fall.
Don't worry, bro. We'll have a Wizard 101. We'll have a Pyro 101. Nah, but yeah, Emerald was one of the first few games of like the first Pokemon game I ever played, and that alone got me hooked to like literally honestly saying this is something that I can be 20, and I remember like I was like, oh, I can be old and I can continue playing this to this day. I still stand by that.
100%.
So that was my first game, and it's a nice trip down memory lane for me, especially
man.
being in the car and like the sun blasting, and then I'm there like I can't see shit as I'm playing.
Yeah. That was always a struggle trying to play in the
Yeah.
car.
And thankfully, Nintendo came out with backlit Game Boy Advance's SPs.
Oh, yeah, the
SPs.
SPs, yeah.
They were backlit. Oh, thank God.
Those were
But
well, yeah. Like the first iterations were front lit, then they came out with the backlit one, so much better.
Mm.
Yeah.
The light option, the light button on the top of the middle of the actual gamepad part, made it brighter instead of darker, like the first version, which
Mhm.
was really nice. And I have two of those because I needed two of those.
Nice.
dude, don't you have like every console on this planet?
I'm working on that actually. A little bit of a tangent. I've been collecting or I've been trying to collect every Nintendo handheld console. I have the original Game Boy, a few Game Boy Colors.
If you want a Game Boy Pocket, let me know. I can sell you one for a good
Wow.
price.
dude, I'm actually looking for a Game Boy Pocket.
Nice.
Is it in good condition?
It's in
Okay, we are not doing this right now.
Let's make a deal.
Shout out to the hustle,
Move to
dude.
the next question. Okay, so since we're keeping it very generic, I don't really want to go specifically for the sake of time through literally every different gen. But what was your favorite starter Pokemon, Norland?
Like of all time, like out of all
Like
of them.
you have the whole range to
That's
pick.
hard, dude.
It is.
That's hard.
But if I go through every one of them,
Can I speed run? I can speed run it. I know them all from like each generation.
I hate you, but go for it.
Okay, Gen 1, Squirtle. Gen 2, Cyndaquil. Gen 3, Trico. Gen 4, Piplup. Gen 5, fucking Oshawott. Gen 6, Froakie. Wow, a lot of water types are on this end. Gen 6, Froakie. Gen 7, Rowlet. I love Rowlet.
Rowlet's really
Um,
good. The
yeah.
Decidueye,
Top tier pick.
Decidueye is great.
Gen 8, Grookey. The little fucking monkey. I love that guy.
Grookey.
I never. Okay. Fun fact: I've never played Sword and Shield. I never bought it. If any of you guys want to borrow it, let me borrow it. I would happily borrow it. But I love the little monkey. He's so cute. He has a little stick. Do you not see his little stick? And then he grows up to be a big monkey with like a drum. That's so cool. But out of all of them, my favorite starter of all time is Trico.
Trico's a really solid.
Yeah,
choice.
Sceptile is my favorite final evolution of
for a
any
fact.
starter of all time. Yeah.
For a fact.
And then after that, actually, would have to be Blastoise. I love Blastoise.
Blastoise is also a really good choice.
Yeah. He's gotten a lot of love from like all the different mechanics in the later games.
Recently, yeah,
Yeah.
because everything used to
Mega
be all
was-
about Charizard. Growing up, everybody's like, if you don't have Charizard, you're a
it's
pussy.
still no.
Right? But I was always the little kid, like, I actually like Squirtle and Bulbasaur. And everybody's like, fuck you.
Fuck Bulbasaur. Actually, I will stand by that.
He's so cute, though.
Bulbasaur
He's like a
pisses
little
me the
dinosaur.
fuck off. Like I will stand by Squirtle my whole life because I have to like. But fucking Bulbasaur pisses me the fuck off just because of how derpy that motherfucker looks.
He's shaped like a friend.
No, he's not.
He's
Wow.
shaped like a friend.
I hate you so much. I love Bulbasaur.
Fuck it. Bulbasaur?
Bulbasaur.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, my best Pokemon cry impression is Totodile.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, give me a second. It's pretty good, right? Oh, I also do a really good Mewtwo impression.
At this point, go.
All right, here's my Mewtwo impression. Yo, what's good, my guy? Because, Mewtwo just talks.
Oh my
All right, that's your cringe humor hour for the day.
Yo, Zach, show
That was really good.
show Steven Chen the hole in your pants right now.
I don't have a hole in my pants.
Oh, that's a
I'm
disappointing.
not. I'm not. I'm
unfortunate.
not wearing the right pants.
How
Wow.
unfortunate.
I told you to wear the right pants. Zach.
This is a. Well, I thought it was a family friendly show, but
This is a crossover episode.
All right, Zach. What's
it's
your...
not that kind of show though.
It's not that kind of show. Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
It's only $5. Actually $4.99. It's on sale.
It's on sale. If you buy like 3 months in advance, it's a bulk.
All right, Zach. What's your favorite starter? You don't got to go through all of them.
No, so I have two favorite starters, but for two completely different reasons. In terms of pure he's just a cool Pokemon, or it is just a cool Pokemon. I'm gonna agree with Norland and say that Trico and Sceptile, that whole family is really cool. And Mudkip is also a really solid choice too, but I think Trico is still
That
Sceptile
generation
is just so cool.
just has like really good starters.
Yeah,
I think we're
really.
still not mentioning Torchic.
I mean, Torchic
Blaziken's great.
Blaziken's good.
Torchic was my first Pokemon when I played Emerald. It was my first starter. Funny enough, I named him. I don't know why I was 7, but I called him Fire Chick for some weird reason.
Fire Chick.
I named all my Torchics Remington.
It's such a random name to call a fighting
that's-
chicken.
That's like someone
Remington.
we know always calling everything Bartholomew.
But yeah, Sceptiles is just a really cool Pokemon. Whether he's good or bad in battling, he's still just it's a cool design or coolly designed family of Pokemon.
Mhm.
But another good Pokemon that's I think good for more on a competitive side, kind of, is Decidueye, but the Rowlet
Love
family.
Decidueye.
Yeah.
Because I find it
Love his
very
design.
interesting that Decidueye goes from a flying grass to ghost grass. So you are then now affected by ground types, but you're kind of resisted, I guess,
You
because
resist it,
the
yeah.
grass typing.
Mhm.
But its move sets. I mean, you can learn grass type moves, flying type moves,
And you
ghost
do-
type moves.
Yeah, and you lose your neutrality to rock types, which is good.
Yeah. You're not weak to rock anymore or even electric.
Yep.
Because the grass typing helps.
No, you are weak to ghost and dark as well, but
Yeah. I mean, that's
a fair
fine.
trade.
You lose weakness to 2 types and you gain weaknesses. You gain weaknesses. Is that the right word?
Yeah, you
From
acquire.
you acquire of 2 other types, which is fine. But
Kind of like an STD. You gotta catch them all.
Not like this, dude. Not like this.
where did this go? Where did
I
this
don't know,
go?
man. Somebody's got to bring the comedy.
I'm glad it's you though. I'm glad
Oh,
it's you.
100%. I wouldn't want it to be anybody else but you. You know.
Mhm.
All right.
And then
Oh.
the Decidueye is just really cool looking too. So, all right, there.
Dude, he's edgy. He's got a little hood on him. He's so cool.
Yeah.
Like Robin Hood, the Robin Hood of
And
Pokemon.
then you
He's
have
like-
that alternate form from Arceus.
Stop. I hate that.
I'm gonna stop you right there
No.
because I haven't played it, but just the look of it, I don't know how I feel about
it
it.
is kind of rough. Yeah.
Fighting chicken.
Like we already have Blaziken. Like Blaziken is enough. We already have a fighting chicken. There.
Hisuian Typhlosion though, A1.
Oh,
Pretty good, yeah.
oh.
I think yeah, I agree with that.
He looks like he smoked the blunt. He's like,
He's like, all right, Steve. Favorite starter.
I think there's only one answer for me. I think it's got to be Mudkip.
Nice.
love
Yeah.
that guy.
But not really for like the Ruby and Sapphire. Like I remember Mudkip was my character in the dungeon.
Fuck yeah, I love those games.
I think that's the only game that I've actually sunk like a ton of hours on,
nice.
aside from like the main series game. Like I sped run Sword and Shield when it came out, and it's just like I don't know what to do now. Like do I try like breeding competitive Pokemon just to put it on the world trade the trade center? But no, I think Mystery Dungeon was good. I've always played Mudkip. Anytime he was an option, I would always pick it.
Nice.
And I was extremely happy when they remade the original Mystery Dungeon.
Me too. Like I put a lot of hours into that. That was good.
It's a good game.
You know what really just occurred to me? I started this episode and I just introduced Steve Violetta. And I just forgot the rest of the two.
Wait, what?
I like how I only introduced. I was like, "Oh, we got Steve," and I just went and I just ignored Zach was here, and I ignored Norland was here.
That's fine.
I mean,
I'm here.
that's
I'm
okay.
here.
I'm
I'm
the
here
entire
every
show,
week,
dude.
bro. They know I'm here. Zach, on the other hand,
Who's
Zach has been
that?
sleeping under the couch. For our audio only listeners, we have a couch in the studio. Zach just sleeps under it, and he just crawls out whenever we need him for an episode.
Yeah, my sleeping bag is under there, so don't look. Thank you.
All right, so for mine, I'm gonna go with
We get it. It's Trico.
it is Trico.
Shout outs to Gen 3.
Shout out to Gen 3 sweeping the board.
Like, what the fuck else am I supposed to say? Like, dude, that's the boy. Like, that's the boy. Like, sure, yeah, Mudkip and Torchic. Torchic's a bitch. Like, like, dude, I saw Torchic and I'm like, yeah, you're a little bitch. Blaziken's the only like actual like evolution that I'm like, yeah, he's no longer a bitch.
I hate Combuskin so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't talk about that. Like Mudkip, dude, he looked too cute to be like, yeah, let's go, bro. Like Trico's just like, I'm fucking dead inside.
Yo, Trico's a real homie. He's like, yo, you want to smoke a blunt? He looks
Yeah,
like
he
he's
yeah.
down to
looks
like
that-
do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then not only that, but I'm also biased. Like, my favorite color has always been green.
Mm.
The boy was just green. So
She's already got the bias.
And you
there.
hate Bulbasaur?
Bulbasaur? I already told you, looks fucking ridiculous.
I'm just fixing my seat. You don't have to worry about that. I'm not leaving because
Man,
you
I was
know,
I thought you were gonna square up.
you're like, all right, I'm about to head out.
Throw some hands.
Goodbye. But yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, Mudkip is a pretty good option. Like, I remember seeing both, and I was like, I'm in between one or the other. And then I was like, I'm still gonna go with my favorite though. But other than that, the one that I really enjoyed was Oshawott.
Love that little fella. He's
That-
shaped like a friend.
All right, you've used that for 2.
I use that for a lot. Every single like starter that I think is cute. He's so cute.
I will admit that he looks like a friend. Bulbasaur just looks like he's gonna somehow turn on you and kill you at the very end.
Where? Do you want to talk about it?
You seem to have some
What did Bulbasaur
repressed
ever do
history
to
with
you?
Bulbasaur.
Everything.
Oh no.
It's like me and my unnecessary hate towards like Chikorita.
Why would you do this?
Dude, what is it supposed to be?
What are the grass types to you guys? What happened?
Wait, I love grass types. Like, did you not hear? I went through and like 90% of what I named
No,
were
but
grass types.
he's roasting Bulbasaur. You're roasting Chikorita. Come on, man.
Chikorita's undoubtedly like okay. Actually, no. Never mind. Embor's the worst Pokemon starter to have ever existed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Him and
I'll agree with
Inteleon
that,
are the
yeah.
worst starters to have ever existed.
Oh yeah.
But Meganium is up there too.
Yeah, no. Ember was just fucking hideous. Fuck that.
You want firefighting for the third time?
Yeah, Blaziken was the original firefighting.
And then Infernape was cool. Monkey. Like
Yeah, okay, yeah.
monkey.
Infernape was really cool. Like, Infernape in the anime, Ash's Infernape, badass,
Badass.
monkey. I mean that
monkey.
that Pokemon League fight where
Ash
he
versus
just
Paul.
beats the crap out of
I like the fire.
was it Electivire?
It was
Was it Electivire?
Electivire.
I mean that was
I love Electivire, by the way.
I mean that his the blaze just sick.
Thick.
You know, I always liked when Sun and Moon were announced, and they were just announcing the starters for it. They just showed like the baby form of them,
Mhm.
and everyone's just paying really close attention to Litten, seeing if it was another firefighting type. They're like, all right.
It's like we swear to God, if it's
All-
another firefighter.
When the second evolutions came out, they're like, all right, all 4 feet are on the ground. Where we might have a chance. We have a chance. And then Incineroar came out, but it's fire dark.
When
it's
it
a
should
wrestler. I was like, what did
when
you
it
do?
should have been that's
It
the
should
one
have
Pokemon that should have been firefighting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a literal wrestler.
Yeah.
and
And
it's not a fighting
Like,
type.
don't worry, we're gonna please everybody. We're gonna make it a dark type.
Wait, does it learn fighting type moves or
No.
No.
It doesn't.
No, Darkest Lariat I think is dark.
That's so
Yeah.
weird. I find it so weird. I mean, it's a wrestler. You know, in Super Smash, it has wrestling type
Moves.
moves.
Yeah, it's like
and it's
fighting.
not a fighting type. That's confusing.
When Kukui uses Incineroar in the anime, he literally dresses as a wrestler.
It's even worse. The logic, but it's okay.
So this is gonna be a tangent. At the time of recording here, we haven't seen the final evolutions for Sword and Shield yet for the starters.
you mean,
You mean,
Scarlet
Scarlet
Scarlet and
Violet.
Violet. Scarlet and Violet. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Yeah,
Like,
Sword
wait,
and
that came
Shield
out
is
three
We
another-
are
years
in
ago?
the past now.
Yeah, no, we're time leapers, kind of like Tokyo Revengers. So I swear to God, is Sprigatito, the little grass cat, is bipedal by the end of it? I'm gonna riot.
Is it what?
Is
Bipedal.
bipedal?
Like if he's on
Oh.
his back 2 legs.
If he's on his back 2 legs, I'm gonna riot. Let him stay a cat. For the love of God, just let it stay a cat.
That'd be dope.
I mean, how many of the starter or the final starter evolutions have been on 4 legs aside from Venusaur?
A lot.
Like they have been on 4 legs.
Okay, Chikorita.
Yeah.
Okay,
Typhlosion.
okay. No, 2 legs.
No,
2 legs.
Typhlosion does both.
Well, because Bulbasaur or Venusaur and Megaim can't stand on 2 legs,
Yeah, I know.
but Typhlosion can.
Yeah, exactly.
But the ones- like the ones
Gen
that-
3, Swampert. Gen 4, Torterra. Gen 5,
Okay.
Oshawott.
Okay, Torterra's another one.
Yeah.
Gen 4,
Samurott,
Samurott.
okay.
Can't stand on Luke. Technically speaking, Superior has no legs.
It has arms that are behind its back.
Yeah, but it has no
but it's-
legs.
Yeah, it has no legs.
So I'm counting it. Okay.
Okay.
Then fucking Gen 6 forward, everything's bipedal.
Yes.
Oh, we have Primarina.
Yeah, but it has arms.
It's on
I'm
its
counting
stomach.
that.
It's on its stomach.
But that's
I
the same
wouldn't
thing as
really-
Superior.
Yeah, but no, Superior's a snake. But in that gen, we already had Samurott on
Yeah,
4 legs.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have everything. Yeah, everything's pretty much 2 legs.
But let the cat stay on its 4 legs, please.
Please.
That's
You already
what
have a
You
duck
already
that's
know
really
which
cute.
one I'm choosing though.
Are you not choosing Sprigatito?
Oh, I'm 100% choosing fucking.
Oh, okay, cool. Everybody's picking Sprigatito.
Yeah,
Or
well-
Quaxley. Quaxley's really
Shut
cute
the
too.
fuck up.
I'm
Quaxley
getting-
is another one that I have a problem with.
Dude, you don't like Foy Coco? He's like a little crocodile.
He gives me like
He has himbo energy.
I don't know. He gives me what's this fucking Pokemon's name? Totodile?
Yeah.
He gives me that same vibe, and I don't appreciate that. And the other one just, bro, he just doesn't look right. Like Quaxley just don't look right.
He kind of looks like a Nazi Donald Duck.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. With that little hat and everything and his little pose.
said it because I wasn't going to.
No, he kind of does, man. I'm just being honest.
I want to say something else.
He looks
but
like he posts. I'm just saying he looks like he posts on 4chan. Like,
All right. Well, I mean, we're all pretty much on the similar topic, and this is gonna be a speed run because we still got more stuff to talk about.
got it.
Favorite Pokemon type.
Favorite Pokemon type? Between 2, I love electric and I like steel types.
Zach.
Dragon, but not because it's powerful, but because Pokemon that are dragon types are rare. And when you catch a dragon type, you feel like you've caught something that not a lot of people have.
How does it feel dying to a fucking fairy?
Awful. That's what it feels like.
I actually really like fairy types too.
Fairy
Yeah,
types are
same.
cool too.
I'm growing more fond of fairy types. Like, Clefairy, Clefable are pretty like strong fairy types.
I actually
Gardevoir is also
really
a good
like
strong one.
Gardevoir. I really like Sylveon as well.
Sylveon.
Yeah, I don't really use the evolutions too much, but I mean they're solid for the most part. I'm sure Sylveon's
Umbreon's
pretty good too.
favorite, though.
Yes,
Umbreon.
shiny Umbreon is also
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
I guess for me, it's gotta be Ghost. I love Ghost
Ooh.
typing, but also poison types. Like I
Ooh.
love Drapion. Drapion is
Drapion is sick.
one of my
Drapion
favorite
is really
Pokemon.
good. I also, for poison types, this is gonna be real weird. In Gen 7, I really like Salazzle. I thought the fire poison typing was
Oh
pretty cool.
yeah,
And the fact that it had the ability to poison steel types.
yeah.
I thought that was great.
That, I've never used That and I never realized that you could do that.
I had Salazzle on my main team when I played through Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Nice. I should probably consider that when I play through those games again.
It's fairly weak defensively, but it has very good special stats.
I'm gonna try that out next time.
As for me, I'm gonna pick between both. It's grass types and electric.
Grass?
Yeah.
Grass is dope.
Grass is dope. Grass or electric types. So those are my main two that I'm like. Ghost types are a close second, but
Pretty cool.
yeah,
I don't think we have a grass electric type Pokemon yet, do we?
I don't nothing. I do.
I don't.
Nope.
I don't think so.
No, isn't Voltorb Hisuian Voltorb is I think grass electric.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I
Really?
think so. Yeah.
I have no idea. I caught it for in Pokemon Arceus and I just never used it.
I do believe so.
We need a
can't-
fact checker like they have on Joe Rogan.
I'm going to double check, but let's
I think that would be the
Super.
closest that we've gotten to it.
Hisuian. I want to say that it is a grass electric. Yes, it is electric grass.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that.
Shout outs to me being fucking salty when they announced the megas for Gen 3, and when I saw the mega for Sceptile, I'm like, yo, that looks like it's gonna be grass electric, and it has a Thunder Rod as its ability. It's like, nah, dragon.
Dragon.
All right. I'm gonna start again with Norland because if I don't, he's gonna get salty.
What do you mean?
I was gonna go this way for a change, and you're like, "No, fuck you, I'm starting because I got this." You did that once.
Yes.
He traumatizes him.
Yep. No, gaslit him into making me go first.
Your main 6. Any region. Don't
Any
go
region?
one by one.
That's
I
a
will kill
lot.
you.
That's a
Okay, so
lot.
I have a 16 for each region. I'm just kidding. So just like 6 if I had to like have a team of Pokemon.
Yeah. So
I'm the champion of a region, and here's my team.
here's the rule, though. You can have one legendary, and the rest are just your standard Pokemon.
Okay.
I was thinking that same thing too.
I'm gonna have 1 Zapdos and 5 Bulbasaur. I'm just kidding. Give me so I'll start with my legendary and then my other 5. So give me Suicune.
Mm.
Suicune's probably my favorite legendary. After that, give me Umbreon. Give me Gardevoir. I'm gonna have type coverage, right? Give me Gardevoir. Give me Alolan Ninetales. I'm gonna double up on Fairy there, but give me Alolan Ninetales. Give me Flygon.
Flygon's really
I really like Flygon, even though Garchomp is undoubtedly better. I love Flygon. I love how he looks like a dragonfly. Did I already say Umbreon?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably the first one I said, right? Yeah, because Umbreon is the first Pokemon that comes to my mind when you tell me put it on a team. Umbreon, fire type now. I want to put a fire type on. Give me Milotic,
Okay.
and then
for water type.
I already have 2 water types, counting Suicune, but good coverage. Give it a Flame Orb, Marvel scale. And I'm trying to think of a good fire type to put on my team. Oh my god, I'm blanking right now.
I mean, you have starters that you can choose from.
Yeah.
I know.
Maybe like
You know what?
Ponyta or Rapidash or
Yeah, I like Rapidash.
or
Rapidash is pretty cool. But you know what? Give me Hisuian Typhlosion.
Hisuian Typhlosion. Alright.
Okay.
Is it's Fire Ghost?
Fire
right?
Ghost.
Fire
Fire
Ghost.
Ghost. Pretty good coverage.
And if I had to have like a substitute, put Tyranitar in there. As
Okay.
one of my substitute Pokemon.
Yeah, Tyranitar is really.
Maybe Aggron too. I love Aggron.
Oh yes.
I really like ground types too, I've noticed. You know, that's my 3rd favorite type. It's ground.
Well, Aggron's rock.
What?
Aggron is rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Rock steel.
Wow. Damn. Rock.
Double weak to
Rock.
fighting and
Fire.
ground.
Ground.
Tragic.
Fuck, dude. That's sad.
So I guess for mine, okay, I'll start off with my legendary. I really like Rayquaza.
Nice. Catch an ice beam.
With the what?
Catch an ice beam.
Yeah. Yeah, Rayquaza's double weakness to ice isn't great, but it's still a really cool and fast Pokemon.
And there's not too many ice types in the game, so
And yeah, for like Ruby and Sapphire Emerald,
Especially
like
in
you need
Emerald,
to
yeah.
go to one specific place, and if you don't have a working battery in your game, you may or may not be able to access it,
for real.
which is great. But by trainers, it's not too bad either, unless it's the Elite Four. But then for the rest, I think, I mean, just like Norland, to get good type coverage, I think I'm thinking maybe a Garchomp. No, so that'll be my pseudo legendary in this case. I'll choose a Garchomp. I want to have a starter too, so I think a really solid starter would be having Decidueye.
Good. I like that.
Is that 3, right?
Mhm.
Maybe something that is water ground that's not,
Wish Cash.
no, no, definitely not. And something that's not a Swampert either. But I mean, what's a good water Quagsire? No, not Quagsire. Definitely not going for Quagsire.
Not bad actually. Unaware's a pretty good ability.
Okay, maybe not water ground, but for a water type, I don't know who to choose. I mean, Gyarados is a pretty solid water type, but I've hardly ever used the Gyarados aside from maybe the shiny Gyarados from Gen 2. I'm gonna go with. I don't know what to go with for a water type. Let me skip that. Fire type. Man, this is tough.
It's tough, right?
This is really tough.
First of all, I was just gonna go with Pokemon I like, but I realized it's gonna be really weird if I put Pichu on a team.
Probably.
Yeah.
I ended
Oh,
up
you know
doing,
what?
Get
I
one
ended up
KO'd.
doing that, but like in a nice kind of like balanced type of way.
I think Raichu, speaking of Pichu, is a really solid choice.
Now, regular
too.
Raichu or Alolan Raichu?
Ooh.
Because you can get Psychic Water or you can get Electric.
I think Psychic Water, Psychic Electric, isn't it? I think it's Psychic
I
Electric.
think it's Psychic Electric. Psychic
But I
Electric.
think you can learn Surf.
It can learn
It
Water.
can learn.
moves.
Yeah, it can learn Surf.
Yeah.
Then yeah, fuck yeah, Alolan Raichu's dope.
Does it have Levitate? Or it doesn't have Levitate?
I don't think so.
If it had Levitate, I think I'd choose it. But I think in this case, Cantonian,
Just give it
Raichu.
just give it a balloon.
I could, but I never do.
I mean,
I never use items, to be honest.
now it's Scarlet and Violet.
That
You can.
Yo, yeah, you can gemify. You can yassify your Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet.
Yassify, is that what we're calling it now?
That's what I'm gonna
I
call
think
it.
the gift Pikachu that you get can learn Fly,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is really cool. So I'm gonna get that for sure. So that's 4. You know what? I'm gonna pick Alakazam
Fuck yeah.
because
Exact type.
it has a really high special attack. I mean, its HP and defense sucks, but it has the high special. So
And good speed.
So using Psychic, yeah, and it's speed too. Using Psychic would be pretty good too. And then for the last one, I'm gonna go with back to the fire type.
Fuecoco.
Fuecoco.
No, I already have my starter.
Just a baby Fuecoco.
Maybe maybe a Magmortar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Magmortar's cool.
Pretty, tough, or big, kind of tanky Pokemon.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I think those would be my 6 that I can think of.
Rotom Heat.
Rotom Heat.
All right, Steve.
Well, definitely I'm gonna have Drapion on my team. I think I'm stuck between either Sylveon or Glaceon. We'll go Sylveon in this case.
Nice.
I think for my fire, I think I want like Chandelier. I
Fuck
do like
yeah.
the Ghost Fire type.
Oh
typing
man, I
on
should
that.
have
That's a good
chosen
one.
one of those. I forgot about
Good
those.
Dang, it's kind of hard to think about the rest. I still haven't put a starter in. I don't think I want a legendary. I'm typically like the type of trainer that doesn't want to like have a legendary in their team.
Not even Darkrai. Darkrai's dope.
Darkrai's cool, but no.
He's more like of a.
I feel like I would have chosen Cresselia over Darkrai.
Fair. Cresselia's cool though.
What is this Pokemon? Ranunculus?
Oh yeah, the fetus
The-
thing. Well, yeah, no, it looks like that's what
It does.
that's what it's
It
based
was.
off
It's,
of.
it isn't, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Like it's
Solosis, Duosion, and Reuniclus are or Reunicles. I don't know how to pronounce it.
yeah,
Essentially a zygote.
like meiosis, mitosis, something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I think it's pronounced Reuniclus. I think.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a solid choice too.
yeah. So I have 3 there. What am I missing? Electric typing. I think I would have an Electivire
Fuck
on my
yeah.
team.
Like the first.
Oh, okay. So,
Electabuzz is one of those Pokemon that I'm like, I don't think you need an evolution, but when it got one, I was really happy.
Yeah.
so my Magmortar versus your Electivire. Cool.
Oh, sick. That's a good matchup right there. Oh, Walrein. Definitely will get
Oh,
Walrein.
that's another solid one too.
I like Walrein. That was like one of my favorite. Like Spiel. Spiel's like my favorite Pokemon in Gen
God,
3.
Fuel just looks huggable.
Yeah. Oh, and
This
then
man in hugging Pokemon.
and then
I'm the type of guy that would die in the woods because he tried to hug a bear.
and then I think I would round it off with Miss Magius.
Nice. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I like Miss Magius.
I don't think I've ever used a Miss Magius.
Kind
I've
of
never
a sh-
had a Miss
I always
Magius.
thought the Miss Magius would be like Ghost Grass or something like that. But
Really?
Yeah, because you know what? I think in my head, because playing Gen 4,
It learns-
Fantina's Miss Magius always had Magical Leaf. So I think in my head, like, this has
Yeah.
to be a grass type. It has Magical Leaf.
Right.
And it never was a grass type. So to this day, I'm like, yeah, it should be a grass type. It's really random, but yeah.
What about you, Angel?
We're gonna go with the classic.
I feel like I'm gonna hate your
Jolteon,
team.
Umbreon, Sylveon. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
It just goes through like 6 fucking
I'm so
different
calling.
evolutions.
I think I'm gonna hate your
But
team.
doesn't include Flareon because everybody knows that's the worst one.
No, I fucking despise Flareon. Not only does it look disgusting, it also would never ever be part of my team. I would kill it.
Wow.
Use a different Fire Cat. Use Incineroar.
No.
Yeah.
He's a better
No,
fire
so-
cat.
It's a fox.
Jolteon is on
Or
there
Eevee.
Okay.
because he's just like my little sparky little. He's cute.
Isn't there a Jolteon in the series called Sparky?
Yes. Actually, no.
Oh,
Spark-
no, it's a Pikachu.
No. That's the guy's name. Like that Pikachu's name.
The Sparky. The Pikachu's name is Sparky.
Is Sparky? What's the name of the? It's Richie, I think.
I think Richie is the character.
Richie sounds
yeah.
right.
Yeah, the guy whose Charmander beat Ash's Charizard
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
because Charizard decided to take a nap.
and lost by default.
Yeah, and he lost in the top 32. What a loser.
Right.
With a fucking Charizard. Are you kidding me?
So. So besides, I know that you might give me hate for this, but I'm going to also have Glaceon on my team.
That's fair. I love
That's fine,
Glaceon.
yeah.
I
Glaceon's
have
beautiful.
those two because
Two
I
evolutions.
love them. As for a starter, I am gonna use my old reliable Chico, but I will have him as Sceptile.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah. These should
I'm
all
gonna-
be fully
No,
evolved.
he's
I'm
doing the
going to make
Endeavor
sure
cheese.
he never evolves.
Well, you can double dip in starters if you want. Leon and Sword and Shield did it.
Nah, I'm good. I don't.
Dang.
Fuck that.
You're like, Steve was like, dang. You're
Garchomp,
right.
though,
He did do that.
I will.
I mean,
agree with
Leon's
you.
the worst champion, so
Apparently, canonically, he's one of the strongest ones.
that's
yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, because he's like the hardest. He's like he actually worked really hard to become champion canonically.
Yeah, I think there's a thing going in the anime. Or there was a thing going on in the anime.
It's
where
still going on.
It's like like the top, like all the
champions.
yeah,
are
all the
fighting.
champions are going against each other, and Leon is
Leon's
number one.
Leon's in the finals right now. Yeah. He was ranked first seed.
yeah. Ash was 8 and Leon was number 1.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Fucking,
I mean,
they ranked Iris higher than Ash. That's a tragic
That's
travesty.
well, I mean, it makes sense because Ash. I mean, these were all champions for these guys were champions for
A while, yeah.
For
and
a
Ash
while.
just became champion.
He just became champion in Alola, so he doesn't have that kind of experience. But it makes
I
sense.
You know what's real fucked up about that? He's not even using any of his old Pokemon. He's just using all the new Pokemon from the new series.
That's how they love to do it.
Yeah. It's like, bro,
But-
let him whip out the fucking Charizard and Greninja. Like,
For
come
real.
on.
Bring him back.
But he has a Mega Lucario now, which is pretty cool. And he has a Gigantamax Gengar.
Nice.
These are your spoilers for the new Pokemon anime, guys.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. This isn't even that episode.
Oh, spoiler!
Spoiler.
I'm in X
Jeez.
and Y, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, so I said 2. All right, Jolteon, Glaceon, Sceptile, which is my
Third.
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 One. I'm tripping. My third. I will go with Garchomp. That's my 4th.
Shout out to Cynthia.
Dude. Charizard. And as for my legendary, I wanted to put Darkrai in there, but Dialga also has a special spot in my heart. Just cause.
Roar of Time, baby.
Yeah, Dialgo's better than Palkia, change my mind.
I won't.
100%. In my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
and it sucks because like Darkrai's like the super edgy one. When I was a kid, like he's fucking cool.
You can't get edgier than Giratina. It's literally Pokemon Satan. So
Oh yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I'm gonna go with Dialga.
nice. I love Dialga.
That's my 6. And
really
but
good
like
typing.
Hmm?
Dragon Steel, very good typing.
Oh. 100%.
It's not even weak to fire anymore. It's because the dragon resisted, so it's really good.
I can't wait. All right. Next question. Also kind of more like of a speed run so that we can get to the last topic so we can do this, fairly quick. Retro versus modern.
Ooh.
I feel like that's pretty good. I can go pretty quick on it. I really like the retro games because they bring in a lot of nostalgia. Especially me, I'm an old head, right? I grew up with the older games, so obviously I'm gonna have a preference towards them, right? But there's something pretty cool going on in the new games now. Is the difference of mechanics. There's a new mechanic every generation, which I think is pretty cool. I would have really liked for them to keep Mega Evolution.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been really
Yes.
cool. But I also like the fact that they shake it up and they're adding something new and taking things out. I feel like it's pretty cool, right? Because Pokemon, at the point that Gen 6 happened, started to feel like it was getting really heavy, bringing all the baggage from the old games. And I know it's turning away a lot of old fans. They're like, oh, why isn't my favorite Pokemon in this new game? I get why they have to do it. Because it's going to be kind of hard to have 1,000+ Pokemon in a game all at the same time now.
Yeah.
You have to make certain sacrifices, and sometimes your favorite Pokemon aren't going to be in there. And I think that's okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't they don't catch them all. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
very select number of people that
Exactly.
actually go out of their way and catch every Pokemon and put them into every game and so forth.
And if you were to catch them
But-
all now, you would like if every single Pokemon was in a single game right now, and you were to catch them all, it would take too long.
Yeah.
Like for that game, okay, well, in terms of like having all the Pokemon in one game, that'll never really happen. But
It's impossible at this
like
point.
like the most recent games that you can do that in is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but you have to transfer Pokemon over.
Exactly.
But you can still have all of the Pokemon in it. But from Sword and Shield onward, was it 500, 600 Pokemon maybe, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
That's still
Out
a
of
lot,
out
though.
of 900
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
Still
lot.
a lot. And people complained about it, which I understand. I get it. It's like, oh no, boo hoo, Stunfisk didn't make it in. It's like
Uh,
the Galarian Stunfisk is in the game,
Yeah.
not original Stunfisk. I'm sorry, Dunsparce isn't in the game. Boo hoo.
There you go.
What are you gonna do? Right? Oh no, Fearow. Oh wah, it's not in the game. It's like, dude, I'm sorry that your pussy ass Pokemon didn't make it in. I'm sorry. like maybe if your Pokemon had a better design and it had a better typing, it'll make it. But sometimes sacrifices need to be made if you want the games to come out.
was so ready.
But actually, you are wrong because like it's there.
I
He was
saw
so
Zach's
ready.
finger just go off. He's
I was
like,
like, wait. I was like, wait, there is a Stunfisk.
Again, I never played Sword and Shield.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the big complaints about like the newer games, like sure they cut out a lot of Pokemon within good reason, but like, did you see the animations for like some of those stuff?
Oh,
Like
they look bad.
the
They're
turning around is
recycling.
just like literally like
They're recycling animations from older games too.
yeah, and
which I understand those frustrations.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like especially when like in the Switch era of games, like you had all of the main like Nintendo games like innovate one way or another. Like you had Odyssey, you had what was the Metroid one?
Oh,
Dread.
Dread.
Yeah.
Dread,
So like all of them like
fucking Breath of the Wild.
yeah, they all innovated one way or another, and then Pokemon was just like
Same.
yeah, copy and paste. Which is
Yeah.
why I'm probably gonna go out and get Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
But hope it, like fingers crossed. But
I feel like that's why a lot of people were hopeful for Arceus because it seemed like a fresh take on the series.
yeah,
But it just wasn't executed to its maximum potential, I feel.
I think that's just more like a hardware limitation, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it was hardware limitation, and I feel like it was a good proof of concept.
Yeah,
So apparently, there's going to be a lot of Scarlet and Violet mechanics. I'm sorry, Arceus mechanics in Scarlet and Violet.
yeah,
So that should be pretty cool.
yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
shout out to the boy Javi.
Shout out to Javi.
Shout out to Javi.
Quickly, Zach.
Okay, so between retro and new, I'm leaning more towards retro. I mean, both have their pros and cons. But I love the nostalgic feel of retro. I mean, pixel art is it's not that it's dying, but it's not as
What do
It's
you
not
mean
as-
it's dying, bro. Stardew Valley is still alive.
I mean, that's an old game though.
But I mean, because there aren't a lot of games today that
You have to bring up Stardew Valley every single week.
At this point, I feel like I have to.
It's like an ongoing meme.
because I love the pixel art of everything from Generation 5 and before. The Pokemon sprites had more character than just 3D models just kind of standing there and in some kind of idle
Bobbing up and-
animation.
It's like-
and which I don't like for the most part about the new games, but what I like about the newer games is that Pokemon now is 3D. You have full 3D models. Everything looks like the anime, which is I grew up on the anime mostly, and it looks good, but I think I prefer the older games because they were more simpler, more nostalgic and
They're also very aesthetic too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Personally,
sure.
they're like more aesthetically pleasing.
The
for me.
soundtracks too,
Oh,
like
beautiful.
oh
yeah, like
Gen
like
5 has the
like
best
they're
soundtrack.
very vibrant and colorful like overworld and
Like Stardew
designs and everything.
like Stardew Valley.
like Stardew Valley.
All right, Steve. Retro or new?
I mean, I feel like I think I would have to pick retro, but going off what you said, Zach, like I feel like a lot of the newer games add like a lot of fluff mechanics, not like in a battle system, but like I think it would have been okay to cap it at like what was it called, the fashion show or whatever was it called?
Oh, the
The
Pokemon
contest?
contest?
Yeah, the Pokemon contest. I think it would have been okay because it has its own like mechanic and meta that you have to follow. But like anything broader than that, like the petting simulator, like Nintendogs
God.
simulator
Yeah.
Yeah.
that they ended up having on like a lot of the 3DS games.
Oh, you want
Yeah, the
you want a
Pokemon
Sylveon?
Mii.
Oh, you
Go
want
pet your Eevee.
go pet your Eevee or like
yeah, the Pokemon and me,
the w-
and then the Pokemon something from. Because I don't know why they would get rid
Shout
of it.
out to
after.
only getting one Gen 5 Mega.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it was awful.
I mean, I kind of like that also with Gigantamax, where like certain Pokemon would like look different if they were like
Yeah.
colossal, like
Yeah.
Titans, and I thought that was kind of cool
Shout
too.
out to
It's pretty
Gigantamax
cool.
Gengar just being a giant gaping mouth.
Oh, I like Gigantamax Lapras.
Oh, I like that one too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was cool too.
It's just a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like some of the new mechanics are pretty good, which I'll give them props for. But I think retro would be more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
same.
feel like we can all agree. Like same thing for me. Like I would go with the retro style. Like I said earlier, they're one, it's just nostalgic, and two, it's very aesthetically pleasing. Like I enjoyed uh enjoyed playing Emerald, and that type of actual like game style was it for me. But I'm not gonna lie though, I very much also did enjoy when X and Y were out.
Mhm.
I remember
Me too.
I bought out of like my own pocket money X, and then for Christmas I asked for Y. For what reason? Even though there's like slight changes here and there, but like I still replayed it.
Professor Sycamore is probably my favorite Pokemon professor.
Kukui's a literal wrestler, dude.
And do I look like a John Cena fanboy 101 on Twitter? Like, what do you want me to say?
But yeah, yeah. I mean, I can agree with you guys. Retro is kind of mostly definitely the way to go, but you guys aren't wrong. There's a lot of nice little aspects here and there from especially all the new modern games that are kind of nice to be able to, you know, have. Like for example, I know me and Norland were talking about it earlier, where the fact that you can like throw your Pokemon out and just be like, "Hey,
Hey, what's up, homie? You could dab up your
and
Trico.
be
Like, come on.
what's up, dude?" And then just be like, and then that's it. Be like, all right, go back into the ball into my pocket. You know, that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're including like third gem into retro, I feel like that also was like the cap for like end game potential. Like, there's not really much you can do besides like catch them all, and then you had Battle Frontier, and then to like kind of degrade from that every single gen afterwards kind of felt really terrible.
Yeah, like Gen 4 had the whole Battlefront, like Battle Villa area,
Yeah.
and there was like 4 Frontier Brains that you can fight, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And Gen 5 had the Battle Tower, which was pretty cool. You could get a Volcarona egg.
And then I think Black 2 and White 2 had that Pokemon tournament.
Tournament. Yeah, the
Tournament,
Pokemon Grand Tour, which is what I was going to say earlier. What I think is the best Pokemon game is Black and White 2.
Hmm.
I feel like
That was so fun.
it's a very good continuing story. Gen 5 has the best soundtrack, really deep meaning in the story too. It's like, hey, like, do you treat your Pokemon like people or just like slaves or like animals? It's pretty deep. And then the Pokemon World Tour, you can go back and fight champions from old generations and the main characters from other generations too. Great game.
Yeah.
That was I think that's my second favorite post game content in terms of
Yeah.
like what you can do in terms of like battling. I mean the Gen 3 Battle Frontier was number 1, but then the
Yeah.
Gen 5 Pokemon World
World Tour.
Tournament is I think up there
It's
is
really
really
good.
second.
Also, great Pokemon variety because in just regular Black and White, you only had Unova Pokemon
Yeah.
until post game, and then Black and White 2, you had so many more Pokemon from the very beginning from different regions. It felt like it all coalesced really, really well.
That was the first time I think I used a Riolu and Lucario on my main team
'Cause you can
in
catch
Black
it
2 and
in the
White 2, 'cause,
wild.
like, yeah, exactly, because I can catch it. In Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, you have to get it as an egg when you're already 60% done with the game.
And it's not worth
And
it.
it's not worth it's
Yeah.
not worth training it. So
And here you can get it like literally the third Pokemon you get. You can get a Zorua right at the beginning of the game too.
that's another one.
Yeah.
I never used one, but I mean, because it was rare in the
Black
first
and White,
Black
it was
and White
impossible
one.
to find.
I think it was just you get one and that was it as a
Mhm.
gift. But here you can catch as many as you want. It was great.
Right. I mean, as the final question arises, how do we feel about Scarlet and Violet?
Dude,
Uh,
after that trailer, like,
Yeah, I got a one word for it, and that's hopeful. Right? I felt that I never played Sword and Shield because nothing really called out to me, right?
You're telling me that the legendary with the
Scar-
sword in his mouth did not.
Yeah, exactly.
you?
It didn't call out to me. It's like like really, it just didn't look that interesting. A
But
Sword
then-
and Shield,
but
like
then
in
you'll
terms
sit
like,
here and say that Bulbasaur is something that's.
but I
amazing.
mean, dude, it was a dog. It was a dog. I'm sorry, it was a dog with a sword in its mouth.
that's kind of how I feel about like the legendaries for this one. Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
like carbon copies of each other, just altered, like,
Yeah.
slightly.
But what I mean basically is like not necessarily in terms of the legendary, right? Nothing mechanically in the game really called out to me. Like the world itself, I was like, oh, cool. It's a circle and then a circle. Yay, the gym battles are in a football pitch instead of a regular gym battle. Yay. Right? Nothing really called out to me in it, but this game I'm hopeful for. It seems a lot more open world
yeah.
Yeah.
compared to different games, and I'm really looking forward to it. The starters so far look really cool. Shout out to all the new Pokemon that they've announced, like Lechonk, my guy.
Lechonk, dude, what a name.
So everybody's gonna have a Lechonk on their team. I already know. Yeah, just hopeful.
Zach.
For me, I'm kind of on the same boat as Norlin. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy these games more than Sword and Shield. Even though I thoroughly enjoyed Sword and Shield, I think I'm gonna enjoy these a little bit more. One thing that you mentioned was it being open world. I think Pokemon, like the Pokemon company, have said that this is gonna be more like an actual open world game, like they've said in the trailers before, or like in the Nintendo
Direct.
directs. I almost forgot what they were called.
It's been a while.
But one thing that I'm concerned about is that there's no level scaling for when you, because the gyms apparently you can battle them in any order, but apparently there's also no scaling
So you're basically forced to fight them in the order.
in some kind of order.
Mm.
Which, I mean, I've always played like all the Pokemon games, like I've playing or battling the gyms in a certain order, even though there are some games where you can go in almost any order after a certain point.
It's like Gen 1's the only one you could do that.
You can do it in Gen 1, you can do it in Gen 3, you can skip Winona, go to the twins, and
Kate
then
and
go
Liza.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
If
can
you
do it in
want
Gen
to.
2. Like in Gen 2, after
Yeah.
you beat Morty, you can actually go and fight Price and then fight Chuck and Jasmine.
Yeah. Like, it depends on the game. You can shake it up a little bit, but I still do it in order because of the level scaling specifically. And since this game, according to what they've been saying, the Connects Directs, is that we're not even the Directs. I think there was a post somewhere that they said that there's no level scaling. Like the gym leaders will have a set team of Pokemon at a certain level,
Mhm.
and you're not gonna go and battle the 8th gym leader,
So-
and you have your level 10
Watch me.
starters with a level 50.
There's gonna be someone out there that's gonna
That's gonna
try to
do
do
it.
that, and I know they're gonna do it too.
They're gonna
because-
use. They're,
Shout out to the grass gym leader having a whip.
they're gonna,
Yeah, oh, yeah, I saw that. It was so off.
which is I thought it was kind of fun. Like, wait, they changed the sprites for the Gen 1 trainers that had whips, which was kind of weird, but
No, but it's
And
not a
they
real
brought it
whip. It's a vine.
yeah, it's like it's some weird vine, but it's a whip.
It's a whip.
It's a whip.
Yeah,
but-
until Zach's
but-
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
a
think
whip.
one thing I'm like trying to hope for is they haven't shown us everything yet. Like
Yeah.
I said before, Sword and Shield failed to innovate when all the other Nintendo games did.
Mhm.
So I'm very hopeful to see if they do anything out of the norm. Like, sure, you can use Arceus as a proof of concept, but like, how can you take that even further?
Exactly.
Because I feel like Game Freak in general is just in the hole right now with the entire Pokemon community for the most part.
I think they were playing Sword and Shield a little safe because it was, I mean, not the first game they put on a console or on the Switch. Sorry, that was the Let's Go games, but they were still playing it safe because it was a brand new game, not a remake, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think now that they've been at this for a couple years now, I'm sure they're gonna innovate more. Maybe the terrestrialization, what's it called? Terrestrialization, I think is what it's called. If that's just the only mechanic, then that's fine. Maybe there's another mechanic that they're gonna throw in there just because. But
Yeah, I thought it was really cool, especially if, like, we're referencing the new trailer now, talking about the terrestrialization. The grass gym leader has Suruwuro, which is a rock type,
Oh yeah.
but after terrestrializing it, it turns into grass.
yeah, and then it has like some specific move.
Yeah.
Because you do that.
Exactly, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the previous trailer showed off what would be the pre-evolution to the legendaries, but it was showing off a lot of some of the items you can use to change types or to be more effective if a certain attack is being used on
Mhm.
you or whatever the case may be. So I mean that's gonna be really interesting for the competitive community, and I've watched reactions from competitive players that have
Shout out to Wolfie VGC.
that they are thinking that these are gonna change, or this is gonna I guess change the way that competitive is gonna be now, going forward in this game at least, with these new abilities and items and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not a competitive player, but it's interesting. But
I feel like it's gonna be a nice step into newer Pokemon games, especially since you did mention the fact that I feel like they also did try to play it safe when it came to Sword and Shield, but it still
Yeah.
wasn't bad. Like, did I buy the game personally? No, I borrowed it from a friend, but that's beyond the fact.
I gotta find a friend that let me borrow it.
But yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. I have high hopes for it. Like, Arceus was okay. I enjoyed playing it. Like, I legitimately had fun. But I feel like it'll give it the revamp it kind of needs. So yeah, I feel like the right word is hopeful for it.
I mean, I'm kind of also hopeful that like it seems like in Sword and Shield you had the expansions come out, the 2 expansions that were like DLC for a Pokemon game, which is unheard of. And then you had Arceus that had free game updates that
Mhm.
weren't just like, oh, here's like kind of like some new thing that you could use for an hour. It's like actual like big game changing like updates. So I'm kind of hopeful that they'll at least do something for the longevity of the game, or maybe for like post game content, add some
Yeah.
extra stuff.
Or give us a post game, unlike you did in Sword and Shield.
I was just thinking now what you were saying is that something that Pokemon has done more so in the last few years is put everything into put all the content or most of the content in the main story, and then not give so much of the post game stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like X and Y, not much of a post game in those Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They should have done the Battle Frontier, but they didn't. So there's no post game really, except for the Delta episode. Sun Moon, Ultra Moon, again, not much of a post game.
You want to go catch legendaries?
I think the only game that had a lot of quote unquote post game aside from Sword and Shield was the Let's Go games, which you catch all the Pokemon, then you go and battle those trainers that use that one specific
Master
Pokemon.
trainers.
Yeah, the master trainers. I mean, that's going to take a while if you didn't catch all the Pokemon during the game. Now you have to go and catch them, battle them if you want to complete the game, quote unquote. But then Sword and Shield gave us the DLCs, which they added a pretty good amount of stuff, but it was mostly just like story driven.
What do you mean, bro? You don't like Regieleki?
I haven't done the Crown Tundra actually.
Yeah,
I've done the Isle of Armor, like a good chunk of it. I didn't actually evolve the Urshifu yet, but I haven't done the Crown Tundra yet because I want to finish the
Main game.
the Isle of Armor.
Isle of Armor. Oh, where you can get what's his name? The Sensei one. The
Urshifu.
Urshifu.
Yeah, I haven't evolved it yet. Like I've done a good chunk of it. I just haven't.
You see,
gone too
I
far.
haven't even played the game, but I know a little bit.
Norland's like, no motherfucker has lent it to me, but I still
But
know
I still
my
know.
shit.
I still know my
I
shit. I
still-
come prepared.
And then Brilliant Diamond, I think, still it just has the same post game from the original Diamond,
Diamond
and
and
Pearl,
Pearl.
which is
Diamond-
just the
Don't-
battle
don't-
area. and
Don't
that's
even
it.
talk to me
And
about
go-
that game,
and
dude.
go-
Like,
go catch Etran.
oh my
Yeah,
god,
that's
dude.
it. Like you go to that island to do the battle tower, and then you go to the Mount, whatever it's called.
to go catch Etran with the guy that it's not important to the story at all ever again.
Exactly, and then you go and you catch some of the other legendaries, and that's it. Like, there's no post game content like you do with like you get with Emerald or Heart Gold and Soul Silver or whatever it is.
Mhm.
It's I just hope they do more of that, from here going
On
forward.
forward.
But
Yep.
there's no way of telling until the games come out. And
In November.
November.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple-
fastly approaching.
I mean, like I said, all we can do is be hopeful. But I mean, with that being it though, like I legit, yeah, I'm excited for it. But as for today's episode, I feel like this is a nice place to stop. Thanks for listening, and thanks actually for being here, Steve.
Dude,
and
thanks for
Zach,
having me.
and-
This
no,
was cool.
Norman, you're always here.
I'm always here.
Podcast,
I want to thank Zach especially, man. He's here. We have him on loan from his podcast. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I'm a co-host on another podcast called Popcorn Watchlist. We talk about movies, shows, and anything relating to them, whether it's in front of the camera, behind the camera, the music, stuff like that. And we're at like episode 30, 33, 34, I think, at this point, maybe 35.
Nice, you guys.
I kind of
also
lost
know.
track.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
we're,
like,
not, we're not the
nice.
only ones that are losing track.
I think I think it's somewhere like 32, 33 episodes already. And our episodes come out every Friday. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a few other places that I can't think of.
All right. Well, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a good one.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.